Yo, Kyle here. I wanted to answer this question. I know it's going to come up, so I want to answer it first. Why are you ending Beware of Darkness? Why are you stopping it? And I don't want to make this video because it's honest, it's vulnerable, like I'm embarrassed by it, but I think there's value in it. I think there's value in artists speaking their truth, musicians speaking their truth. And I'm going to try to be as concise about this as possible. It has been one of the hardest things in the world to let go of Beware Darkness. And it has been confusing. I have suffered so much about it. And it's been a total head trip, but I've come out the other side. And, you know, this is a video about music and about a rock band, but there's themes that are universal, that you know, if something's not serving you, let it go. And it's hard. So like I just wanted to speak to that a little bit and speak to my experience and speak to my truth, you know. And I think, you know, there's the pragmatic thing of, I started this band when I was 18. I'm 33 now. My dreams, my goals, who I was at 18, completely different than who I am at 33. You know, and in America, in Western society, everyone is like, go do your dreams, go achieve, do. But I don't hear a lot of people talk about, well, what do you do when that dream doesn't serve you anymore? You know, who are you if that dream doesn't work out? And I found myself stepping more into spirituality, stepping more into different things, and realizing like, ooh, this old identity is fading away. And it's painful. It feels like death. You know, and then it's been so confusing for me because also like I had success. I had material success very young, very quick with Beware Darkness. You know, at 20, 21, like we hit that jackpot that most people never do, and we did it. And it's confusing because that part of my life was also one of the most traumatizing parts of my life. Emotional abuse, verbal abuse, you know, brutal depression, brutal anxiety, suicidal, you know? So I'm looking at this thing that made all my dreams come true, but also hurt me tremendously, you know? And it's very confusing, you know, because after the Are You Real, you know, if I'm being honest with myself, like the band probably ended in 2017 or 18, but people kept trying to get me back into it. And I was really good at being in a rock band, I was really good at writing rock songs, and I didn't know what else to do, and I was like, yeah, they're like, this is a good idea, you know, and red flag there because I was trusting other people's dreams and aspirations and goals for me, what they thought I wanted instead of what I actually wanted. You know, so that's a big red flag. And then what happened was the band became independent. So then I said, wow, I have this thing that I put, you know, 10 years into that I own now, and I can do whatever I want with it. And the weird, heartbreaking truth was like, I didn't want it anymore. And it's hard, ooh, I just got the chills saying that, and it's hard for me to admit that, but, you know, it's like, once I got the freedom to it, you know, I was like, oof, like, I don't really want to do this, you know? So then it started this really frustrating, painful period of start, go, start, go, start, go, start, go. Because my brain is like, wow, you got these Spotify numbers, you got followers, you got these accounts, go do it. Go make new music, go put it, you know, go do it. And it seemed like a good idea on page, but then my heart, my body, and my spirit, when I went to go do it, would freeze and tense up, having panic attacks, resistance. And it's, you know, it's taught me a lot about trauma because my body and my spirit were going, why are we going to go back into that thing that hurt you so much? Like, what are you trying to get out of that? And, you know, I've been in this, like, holding pattern, this cycle of, like, well, you know, I don't know what to do for my next step, but I guess I could go back to this Beware Darkness band because I started that and I have that and I built that and it's already set up, you know, not realizing the brutal truth that my heart's not in it anymore, that my soul's not in it anymore, that that's not who I am anymore. And it has been a long slow, embarrassing journey for me to admit that, of starting and stopping. And like, even like, I realize that, because so many times I think I've ended this band and so many times I've come back to it, and like, that's been the reason. And it didn't dawn on me until, 2 months ago, that this pattern was keeping me in a holding cell from moving on to the next chapter of my life, and I'm like, why am I stuck creatively? Why do I not, why is money not coming in a good way? And I'm like, oh, because you keep running back to this thing that you're not into. So that's part of this movement right now of putting these last 2 records out, of completing the energies, of closing the energies, of doing this Indiegogo campaign of like one last celebration, because it's one last goodbye to this. And that's what feels authentic. So like, now I'm at a place where I have no idea what's next. And it's the first time I've been open to that. It's the first time I'm not putting pressure on myself to be a famous musician, to succeed as a famous musician, because it was success. Like, there's a saying of what's more damaging, failure or success, And the success damaged me in a lot of ways. But it also brought me to so many beautiful things and a spiritual path. I just forgot what I was talking about, went on a tangent. But the pressure of like, I have to be a famous musician or I have to be in a famous rock band, like, I finally letting that die, and I'm letting that just go. And I'm mourning it, because it's sad, But now I'm open to whatever is here. So, I talked about universal themes earlier in the video, and I think that, my Beware Darkness could be anything for anyone. A relationship that maybe doesn't serve you anymore. A job that doesn't serve you anymore. A city that doesn't serve you anymore. And it reminds me in my book, Thank God for Depression, I have this analogy that humans are like gumbo. And this idea of gumbo, once you put a flavor in the pot, it affects everything. And I think human beings are like that, because if you're in a relationship you shouldn't be in, it's going to affect your finances, it's going to affect your creativity, it's going to affect your love life. And go on this journey of what's poisoning your gumbo, take it out, remove it, and your whole life will clear up, and I think that I'm getting a taste of my own medicine of, it's time for me to clear this chapter up and close this out. So those are some of the reasons why. And, rock bands are a machismo culture of like, push through it, do it, and the music industry is not conducive to mental health. I've had conversation with people saying, we put people on tour and they shouldn't have gone on tour, and those people wind up dying, actually, like famous people wind up dying. So, I want to change this narrative, change this culture, and change the way that musicians talk about this and artists talk about this, and that's it. And I thank you for watching this. Thank you for understanding. I hope this was inspiring in any way. And that's it. Appreciate you so much. Thank you, if you listen to a song, if the music brought you any joy, if you went to a live show, thank you, thank you, thank you, thank you so much. I appreciate you. And I'll see you in the next phase, the next chapter. Who knows what that is?